I want to thank Salik Saab and his son David for coming to MCMF office today to record our activities which we do under MCMF. Personally, I was born in India, Allahabad, and I got my education in India, and then I migrated to Pakistan in 1958. I got into the civil service of Pakistan, served the government of Pakistan for 15 years as a member of the Pakistan Audit and Account Service. That brought me to United Nations for 4 years. I worked in the United Nations and foreign missions abroad. I visited about 30 countries abroad, and that brought me to Washington DC several times, and I got some friends here who offered me a job in 1973, and I migrated to this country in 1973. Since then, I am living in Montgomery County for the last 47 years. I started my own shipping company and I ran it until 2000. Then my children asked me that now they are all well settled and we can go and do whatever we want. So I joined the Democratic Party of United States and started working. But unfortunately 9/11 happened, and that put the Muslim community under a lot of stress. They did not know what to do, where to go. So I, as a senior member of the Muslim community, I organized them and I went to their homes and requested them that this is not the way to live in this country. They have to come out and they have to get involved in social work and let them know who we are and what we can do. And this started our food campaign. We started food drive campaign and collected several thousand pounds of food and donated to Manna Food for distribution to the needy families. We started feeding the homeless, and there was in DC there was a big center which accommodated about 800 people. And we started going there and feeding the homeless people for several years. Then they stopped, so then we came to Montgomery County, and the Montgomery County gave us a shelter where 36 women live, and we started feeding them. We started with 1 week, then 2 weeks, then 3 weeks. Now we feed them for 4 weeks, and this is the week under which we are serving the food to the needy families. Then we started the under Abrahamic faith. We do that is sacrifices of animals and under Abrahamic faith. And according to our own religion, we are supposed to give 1/3 to the poor, 1/3 to your friends, 1/3 to your own for your own use. But I went to some of my friends and requested them, we bring the meat and put in our refrigerator and eat it in the whole month. What is the purpose of doing this? Why don't we just go and distribute the whole thing to the poor people? And some of them agreed, and I took the first goat, or what do you call it, cow, which I slaughtered, and there were 7 members, and I took the meat to the Manna Food, which is a Jewish organization, and gave it to them. And they said never in the history of Manna Food anybody ever donated meat to the poor people. Muslims are the first to do it, and Alhamdulillah, from that day until today we continued this, and now we are doing on our own. Now this year, last year, we did about 10 cows and 20 lambs and distributed about 7,000 pounds of meat to the needy and poor families, including the refugees also from Afghanistan and Syria. That is a good occasion for the Muslim community who show their generosity and goodwill to other people in the community. Then we also do the Thanksgiving dinner and the Christmas gift basket. The county gives us about 100 families and asks us to give Thanksgiving dinner and basket to them, and we do it on a regular basis and throughout in the month of that is November and December. So this is the way these programs for helping the needy and the poor continues. Besides that, we have also organized something for our senior citizens. About 30 people come every Wednesday and Monday for training and for yoga and for get together. We have got a bus which is standing outside. We bought it several years ago, and then we replaced it by a new one, and now we run it and for the use of our senior people who use it for coming to office and going to their home. This is a very good thing for our senior. There are about 30 people who come and get to exercise and have a free time. We arrange lectures for them. We arrange other activities, field trip. They go and visit various places, and that is a very good thing for them. Then out of that, we started a youth program also, because our youth are very involved in our whole program. They do the fun, they do the food collection, they go and serve the food for the homeless shelter. Then we have a food pantry also, under which we supply food to about 50-60 families every month, and these children come and help us, and as a as a as a gesture of goodwill to them, our county was very kind to give us 5,000 and 8,000 this year. They are giving us 12,000 to help the youth, our youth, and we have a various program, SAT program, and other program for the help of the our youth, and that program is going on. After that, we also handle the refugees, because they are coming in our town for the last 3 years, and you will be pleased to know that we have distributed 38 cars to the refugees, and we buy them under auction, we repair them, and then we hand it over to the needy families. That has brought good people. They have all congratulated me and contributed also. In this whole process, the county plays a very significant role. They have been giving us a grant year after year. They started with $85,000, which has now increased to $193,000. Our community donates money, and they are donating from 100 to 150,000 every year. But now our space is limited. It is getting short, and we have to expand our activities. Therefore, we are looking for another office space where we can move and work on other program also we can introduce for the benefit of our community. This community which we are talking about is all community, without any distinction of caste or creed or anything. Everybody, when we go and feed the homeless, everybody is non-Muslim. When we go and give the food to manna food, it all goes to everybody. When we distribute the meat, it goes to everybody. So I'm very proud what Muslim community has done and achieved in this. Thank you very much for making this program for me. Thank you.